Okay, I think we're ready, right?
Hi guys, welcome back to Naturally Sade. Here's my mom and that's my mom's channel.
So,
Today we're gonna be doing my hair.
no, we're not doing your hair. We already did your hair today.
Oh yeah.
First off, tell the people, who are you?
Mom, Zenobia.
Zenobia. And how old are you?
5.
5. So,
And I'm in preschool. I'm getting close to kindergarten.
yeah, you're going to be in kindergarten this year, right? This is my daughter, Zenobia, and she is the whole reason that I got into curly hair and, decided to make my channel. When I found out that I was pregnant with her and I knew I was gonna have a girl, I was like, I need to buckle down. And
You were like, you want to do a video with me.
yeah, for sure. But I just knew that I had to get serious about hair because I love my hair and I want my daughter to love her hair. So the reason that we are making this video together is to talk about a little decision that I made for Zenobia. Of course, we talked about it before making that decision, but I can only explain so much to a 5-year-old, and I did the best I could for her to understand. I decided to use a texture softener on her hair, and this is actually the one that I used.
And it has a girl picture on it.
Yeah, it does. It has a cute little girl on there.
With curly hair, like
yeah.
me.
So this is the texture softener I decided to use on her hair. It's by Just For Me. It was a really tough decision. So I felt like it was important to talk about it and especially get Zenobia on here so she could give you her perspective on how she feels about her hair, especially after we've used the texture softener. So initially I didn't want to do that, but we've struggled for years and years and years with your hair, right? And
Mom washed my hair today.
yeah, I did. But wash days were always a nightmare for both of us. She was always crying and screaming because prior to us using the texture softener, her hair was like a 4B texture, maybe 4A.
But today I wasn't crying that much.
Yeah, you weren't crying today. So over the years, I did my best to find products that would help detangle her hair because that was the main issue. As soon as I detangled it, it would just tangle up again because it was just so curly. Yeah, it was just so curly. Like I said, it was a nightmare for both of us and tears for both of us. And I would always have her hair in braids. And I'd wash her hair and then I'd braid it up and leave it in braids for a couple of weeks.
And then you would wash it.
And then I would wash it again, and I would try to leave her hair in braids for at least a month so that way we could both get a break from that. She could just enjoy being a little kid and we wouldn't have to worry about it for a month. But it was always a mission. And it was an all-day thing, which I didn't mind so much, but it was more the fact that she was not enjoying the process. And I hated that she was not enjoying her hair. She loved when her hair was in braids and even when it was down, but I could never really leave her hair out naturally. And I always had to have it in protective styles because I knew that it would get matted and tangled. And I didn't want to have to put her through that torture. So one day, we were washing her hair and she had said that she wanted to cut it, right? Because she didn't want to go through getting it braided again and she was over it. And she was just like, please cut my hair, please. And so I cut her hair and it was fine. And then it started growing out again and she didn't want to cut it. but we were still struggling with wash day at this point, that it's getting longer. And so we finally decided to go with the texture softener. I kept, researching about it, and I was really scared because I did not want to alter her natural hair or for her to think that there's something wrong with her hair, because her hair is beautiful. But at the same time, I didn't want to have to fight her every time we had to do her hair. And I wanted her to enjoy the experience and for us to be able to bond through hair, because ever since we've put the texture softener in her hair, she enjoys getting her hair done. There's no tears in the shower. There's hardly any tangles. It's so much easier to manage her hair and style her hair, and it's enjoyable for both of us, right? You like getting your hair done now, right?
And I know how to ride a bike with no training wheels.
And she knows how to ride a bike with no training wheels. So anyway, I wanted to make this video just to kind of put that out there and talk about it, because when I first finally decided to put the texturizer in her hair, the texture softener in her hair, I was reading a lot about it, and I saw that it's basically like a relaxer. Some people would say, oh, you're relaxing your hair, and some people said, oh my gosh, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And so, there was a lot of mixed reviews about it, and I figured, it was worth a try, because if anything, you can always cut your hair and it grows back. But I was just hoping that I could find something that would work for her. And then when we finally did it and I took the leap, I felt sad, because I had altered her hair texture and curl pattern, and it wasn't her natural curl state any longer. And I had so many mixed feelings about it for the longest time. And ooh, my eyes are just getting watery. A part of me felt like I failed Zenobia.
You don't know what to say.
I know, I'm just, a part of me felt like, I failed her, and not being able to get through it or find a way, but without having to use the texture softener. But it really at this point, we were both at our wits' end. So, now that I think about it, I'm glad that we made the decision to do it, because now it's a much more enjoyable experience for us. And I feel like now we can bond, and she gets excited for me to do her hair now. And before, it was like, as soon as I would say, Zenobia, we have to wash your hair today, or we have to do your hair today, she would just start crying. So I have no regrets about doing it. What about you, Zenobia? Do you have any regrets? Or do you miss how your hair was before? Or do you prefer it now?
I prefer it now.
You prefer it now? Why?
Because it's more shorter to wash my hair.
It's shorter to wash your hair, right? It doesn't take as long. And it doesn't hurt either, right? So, yeah, we are so much happier. Would I recommend this to somebody else who might be, going through the same thing that we went through, and they're having a hard time being able to manage their child's hair? I would say yes, but be careful, because this product can definitely do damage to the scalp if it's applied too close. Do your research is all I would say, is just do your research. So that is pretty much it. I just wanted to share our story, and yeah, just our experience with this and how we feel about it. I feel like there definitely are other parents out there that might have gone through this and might have felt guilty just like I did initially. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, you know, I can't be too harsh on myself, because, you know, all I'm trying to do is the best for my daughter and make her happy. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a
huge thumbs up.
A huge thumbs up.
And subscribe.
And subscribe to my channel.
Naturally Sade.
Yes. And of course, thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate you, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Easy.
Hi.